What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, undefeated two-division world champion, superstar boxer, who is the former unified junior middleweight world champion, now the reigning WBC middleweight world champion, Jermall Lions Only Charlo, who has 32 wins, no loss, no draw, 22 big wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 6 feet tall with a 74-inch arm reach. He has a message for the fans. More importantly, he has a message for four-division world champion, Mexican superstar boxer who is widely considered the face of the sport of boxing and is the undisputed super middleweight world champion, superstar boxer Saul Canelo Alvarez, who is 60 wins, 2 losses, 2 draws, 39 big wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. Canelo Alvarez this past Saturday, September 30th, Las Vegas, Nevada, T-Mobile Arena, defeated Jermall Charlo's identical twin brother, who is a 3-time junior middleweight world champion, now former undisputed junior middleweight world champion, but still the reigning unified junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Jermell Ironman Charlo, who is 35 wins, now 2 losses, 1 draw, 19 wins by way of knockout, 33 years of age, 5'11" and a half with a 73.5-inch arm reach. So they fought. It was being said that Jermell Charlo was the second option. Initially, it was being reported that Jermall Charlo, who fights at 160, Jermell fights at 154. Jermall Charlo was the first chosen opponent for Canelo Alvarez. But Jermall Charlo, who has been dealing with issues outside of the ring, life issues outside of the ring, and hasn't fought since June of 2021. He's been inactive. He's just been going through a lot in his personal life and his family life and just his natural life overall. And he's not been in the ring. Jermall Charlo decided that he was going to pull out. As Jermall Charlo stated in an interview, he stated that I was wondering why now Canelo wants to fight me now, because when we was both at 54 and I was the unified champion, he had no interest. And when I was his mandatory and 160, he had no interest. So now, why would he choose me now? Why is he looking to fight me now out of all times? And it landed on the fact that Jermall Charlo feels like Canelo Alvarez was picking him because he's vulnerable and because he's been inactive. So he felt like he had an edge and he had a one-up on Jermall Charlo. And Jermall Charlo said no, he let it pass and let his brother, Jermell Charlo, take the fight. And he said that, many people questioned him and stated, how could you allow such a big payday and a big opportunity pass you by? And he said, I've been doing it this far, right? And I'm just simply not ready. Once I get myself ready mentally and physically and back in the swing of things, then I'll be ready for Canelo Alvarez. But until then, I just wish my brother nothing but the best and wish him nothing but luck going into this fight with Canelo Alvarez, which Jermell Charlo absolutely had a terrible outing, a lackluster performance. He didn't engage. He didn't commit to anything. He utilized the ring, a lot of movement in the fight, looked unsure of himself, and he just didn't look like his normal self, right? And Canelo Alvarez dropped him in the 7th round. In my book, I thought he won every single round. Maybe the round you could give Jermell Charlo is the 5th round. So he absolutely dominated Jermell Charlo. And Jermall Charlo, in a recent post, he put up a post on his social media. He went live, and he said that he got to get revenge for this loss, right? He stated that, his kids are going to school, and when his kids go to school, the kids are teasing his kids because they're saying, your uncle lost. So he said he got to get revenge. But now he did another interview into which Jermall Charlo was saying, essentially, hey, I'm Big Charlo. I'm different. Once I get my feet back wet, once I get back in shape, and once I get comfortable again, I'm a different beast. I'm a different animal than my brother. And now many people, there's 50-50, right? You have 50% of the boxing world saying they don't want to see it because of what happened with Jermell Charlo. But then there's 50% that say they do want to see it because Jermall Charlo is a different type of fighter. He sits down on his punches a lot more than Jermell Charlo. He was always seen to be the bigger puncher, and he's slightly bigger. He's 6 feet tall, with Jermell Charlo's 5'11.5". He has a half-inch arm reach advantage, 74 inches. Jermell's 73.5. You can clearly see he's the bigger of the two when they're standing next to each other. But nonetheless, they are identical twins, and they have a lot of similarities. They came up together. They both was trained by well-renowned trainer Ronnie Shields throughout their early careers until Jermell Charlo decided to part ways, and he's with now two-time trainer of the year, well-renowned future Hall of Famer Derrick James. Ronnie Shields is a Hall of Famer already. So they have a lot of similarities. But Jermell Charlo, they have a lot of similarities, but a lot of differences, right? Jermell Charlo is more of a boxer puncher, where Jermall Charlo is more of a puncher boxer, right? He sits down and punches through his targets more than Jermell Charlo. But oddly enough, Jermell Charlo at the highest level has more highlight reel knockouts. Now, Jermall has 3 knockouts more than Jermell. He has 3 less fights than, well, he has uh, 6 less fights than Jermell. Okay, Jermell has 35 wins with 2 losses and 2 draws, which puts him at 38 fights total. Jermall has a total of 32 fights. So Jermell has 6 more fights than Jermall, but Jermall has 3 more knockouts than Jermell, right? But again, early in their careers, as they first started and came on the scene in the boxing world, Jermell was seen as the pure boxer and Jermall was seen as the thumper. And when Jermell, like I said, when Jermell got with Derrick James, he became a boxer puncher. And in this fight with Canelo Alvarez, Derrick James, he actually pleaded with Jermell Charlo to get more active, to sit down on his punches, to be more assertive. And Jermell Charlo was uncommitted. He just didn't want to commit, right? He didn't have the mindset to commit to his punches. Maybe it was he jumped up from 54 to 68. He said the weight gain was, hindering his hand speed. He felt like it hindered his hand speed. When he felt the power of Canelo Alvarez, Canelo said this is going to be different. It's going to be different. And you can clearly see it was different in the body language of Jermell Charlo. So with that said, Jermell Charlo just simply did not commit to anything. And so he lost. And Jermall Charlo saying he's going to be a big difference than what Canelo saw in Jermell Charlo. Now, we have to see it to believe it, because we thought that Jermell Charlo was going to come in, be super aggressive as he always is in his other fights. And, he's a violent fighter. We thought that was going to be the case. But again, when you step in there with Canelo Alvarez, with his skill set, his talent, the event that he brings, the mental and physical pressure that he puts on his opponents, he's quicker and faster and a better boxer than I believe most fighters anticipate. So when they get in the ring, they see it's different. Like Floyd Mayweather always used to say, when you're looking at it from the outside compared to when you get in there with me, it's completely different. When everybody says, nobody is aggressive and they should be knocking out Floyd Mayweather or attempting to, and then all of a sudden every fighter that gets in there, they just simply don't have that same aggression, because it's what Floyd Mayweather does. And I believe it's the same factor when it comes to Canelo Alvarez. He just simply renders you inactive because he has extremely fast hands. He counterpunches extremely well. He slips and bends at the hips very well. And he has a very high ring IQ. And I think that he's better than what most fighters anticipate. So they get shocked. It's like a shell shock when they get in the ring with Canelo Alvarez. And, they're not very active. You can see it when Danny Jacobs fought him. There was a few fighters, obviously Floyd Mayweather, Dimitri Bivol, who dominated him, but they were boxing him, okay? And then I thought Erislan De Lara won the fight, edged it out, but he was, again, boxing Canelo Alvarez, right? Danny Jacobs was a big puncher. Sergey Kovalev was a big puncher. Triple G was a big puncher. They just wasn't as aggressive as they normally are. Now, some people can question and say, well, they thought Triple G won the fight against Canelo Alvarez, both the first fights. Oh, at the end of the day, they were still extremely close fights. It wasn't like Triple G just whitewashed Canelo Alvarez, because he didn't. They were close fights that could have went any way. And so with that said, they went in favor of Canelo Alvarez. Well, One did. And I'm saying the first two fights because the third fight they had, the trilogy, Triple G was clearly a shell of himself. So the first fight ended in a draw. Second fight, Canelo was the victor. So with that said, Canelo Alvarez is a very good fighter. And so Jermall Charlo saying he's going to be an extremely different challenge for Canelo Alvarez than Jermell Charlo was. And he's big Charlo. And he's going to assert his dominance and his physical presence. That's yet to be seen. I actually think that Canelo Alvarez has a more favorable time with Jermall Charlo because he's not moving as much. Canelo Alvarez struggles with fighters that move a lot, that are extremely active with their feet and moving a lot because that's his weakness. He has slow feet. There's like feet in quicksand. That's where his weakness is. So you can move around and box him. And he has stamina issues. But again, he knows how to use his weaknesses and turn them into strengths. He knows how to cut the ring off. He knows how to pace himself. So he knows how to deal with his weaknesses, right? And so it's up to you. But if you stand right in front of him and he don't have to exert a lot of energy and he don't have to look for you and he can throw his combinations and start to counter you and time you, and you're going to be in trouble. And so Jermall Charlo, I don't believe, has as fast hands as Canelo Alvarez. And the triangle theory doesn't work. But when you watch Sergey Derevyanchenko versus Jermall Charlo, his counterpunch ability gave Jermall Charlo tons and tons and tons of problems, which I expect Canelo Alvarez counterpunch ability to give him tons and tons of problems. Now, this is all hypothetically speaking because it looks like Canelo Alvarez is going to fight the Mexican monster, two-time WBC super middleweight world champion, who's the undefeated super middleweight, and is 27 wins, no loss, no draw, 23 wins by way of knockout, 6'2" with a 75-inch arm reach. David, the Mexican monster Benavidez. If he beats Demetrius Boo Boo Andre, undefeated two-division champion, November 25th, in San Antonio, Texas, then Canelo Alvarez will be facing David Benavidez. But if Demetrius Andre beats David Benavidez, then Canelo Alvarez will be facing Jermall Charlo. So let's see how that unfolds November 25th, next month. But that's all I got for y'all. Make sure you hit the like button. Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Y'all already know what it is. It's your boy Blue, Blue Blood Sports TV. Hate, like, comment, and subscribe. You haven't subscribed, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell icon to get all the new notification. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. Y'all already know what it is. Your boy Blue. I'm signing off. I'm gone. Peace.